Okay, I lied. There is a few more things we got to do before I start tillering. I'm gonna lighten up the transitions and the fades here. Lighten those up a bit, so when I get this limb bending, I'm gonna have the final bend. I don't want to have it bending and then come back and bring the limbs up into the handle a little bit and then have to come and retiller it. I also want to do the same thing with the tip area. Make sure that the transition here is nice and even, and it's going to be where I want it, finally, or very, very close. So that's what I'm going to do now, is do that. I'm also going to reduce this hand a little bit while I'm grinding away in these areas. And it's nice to work out in the sunlight because you can really see what you got going on. It's funny, you'll be in the shop, you'll sand it all down, you think everything's done, you get out in the sun and you're going to see all the flaws. So you want to get out in the sun as much as you can and just at the very least, to take a look at it. Alright, got the handle a little smaller, closer to where I want it, pretty good. Got the fades and the transitions, pretty good. Tips are looking like they're fairly even. This one feels a little thicker, but I think it's okay. We'll check that though. But so now we're ready to tiller. So here, most important tool in tillering is the pencil and your eyes, and then the wood to remove, the tools to remove the wood. What I like to do is I'll take the bow. I don't use a tillering stick. I used to, but I don't anymore. And I'll take it and I'll get my eye on it. So I'm looking down the limb. I'll give it a pull. Okay, I see one stiff spot in here, right here. So I'll put some marks on there like this. And I'll put some marks on the very edges, so I know I'm getting those. I bent this earlier, and I got some before I reduced more, and I got some X's here that tell me not to pull there. Right now it's pulling evenly except right there. So I'll do that, take that wood off, and then I'll look down the limb again and see if it bends. If not, I'll mark the flat spot again until I got a nice smooth arc. Even if it's too heavy, I want a nice smooth circular shape with this type of bow. And then afterwards I can just take all the wood off at one time to make it easier and get down to weight. So I did that side, there's that one. I'll flip around here. Okay, that one looks like it's bending pretty evenly so far. So I'll mark this whole limb. Make sure I got the marks on the sides. And that'll show me where I'm removing wood. If I'm taking more off one side or the other side. These pencil marks will show me that. And they also show me, in this case, where not to go. So now I'll go take my tools. I'll do this limb first, get it bending evenly. And then I'll mark the whole limb, and then I'll reduce both limbs at the same time. And I'll go through, while I'm doing that, I'll make sure things are kind of even, for the most part as I go. Now for this wood removal, I put away my big farrier's rasp now. It's just way too aggressive after it gets down to, closer to thickness here. So I'm using my little 4-way rasp. It's got a half round side, flat side, rough side, and thin side on both of them. But I'm going to initially start removing these pencil marks with until I get down to where the bow is bending real nice and I'm getting more to final weight. And then I'll use this little card scraper that I bought from, I think it's called littletradshop.com, I think. Little $5 scraper. But so now I'll take these marks off and I'll get this limb bending evenly without any flat spots. Check for evenness with this limb. If I need to, I'll adjust the thicknesses so they're pretty even. And then I'll start pulling the long string and looking down the limbs again to see, to get it bending evenly, and then I'll start bringing that weight down. These pencil marks too, I noticed I had a little crown on the belly. You know, when I started taking wood, the pencil marks in the middle removed or got erased first. Tells me that there was a hump there. And as I go and these pencil marks keep on disappearing, when I'm flat, I'm taking more of that hump off. So it's nice and flat to reduce the chances of set in the finished bow. You want a flat belly for this design bow. Okay, it took me 4 or 5 times of adding pencil to that one flat spot here. And now I think I've got it bending pretty evenly. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this on camera, but I'll give it a bend here. That's bending pretty evenly. If you flip the bow over and do the other side, that's bending pretty evenly as well. And by looking at them, I can tell they're bending pretty evenly right now. So what I'm going to do is, I got full pencil mark on this limb. I'll pencil up this side all the way down. I'll get pencil on the edge to make sure that you're going flat. And now I'll slowly take wood off of the limbs as on each limb. I'll take the pencil off. I'll check it for bend. I'll take the pencil off. I'll check it for bend. I want a circular arc with these things, and I'm looking for about, with these limbs, I'm looking for about 45-50 pounds. So keep removing wood. If I get a flat spot, I'll concentrate on that till it's flat. If I get a hinge, I'll put an X and I won't touch that spot. That's my plan now, is to keep going down, get these limbs to where I want them, and then I can finish off the tips and the handle area. Okay, what I did now is, I was looking down the limbs, like so. When I do it, I use the same pressure pulling on the string. Well, this limb likes to bend around a little bit more than this limb does. This is top, this is bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'll take a layer or two off of this one until it's bending the same arc with the same pressure on the string as this one. Getting it evened up as much as I can, and then like I said, I'll pencil both and slowly take down both limbs at the same time. I went and touched the tips a little bit to even them up more, so they're a little closer, and I keep working on the handle area and the transitions too as I go. So now I'll take this off and I'll get this balanced with this one, and then we can start shooting for that final weight. Alright, I've penciled and scraped the limbs quite a few times here now. I'd say 4 or 5. And I've got it almost to where I could get it to brace height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to remove some wood, maybe pencil it and remove wood a couple more times until I can get it to brace height. And then I will get short string ready, and then I can start tillering from there. But I still got a little ways to go yet here, and I've just been sort of slowly blending everything in as I go.